Realizing how much you like Kevin Burnett.
We're live.
Hey, welcome back to Mental Misdeeds. I am your host, Dre, here with my co-host, Caleb Salvatore.
Caleb Salvatore, what the fuck is going on? I'm here with Zach. He's Zach Braviette. He's my friend of mine. He's a comedian. we cut our teeth in the Omaha scene together. He's out doing it big in New York now. Big-ish.
Yeah.
Have you met Jay-Z?
Not Jay-Z. But I met a homeless guy that looks like him.
Well, there's plenty of those here, too.
Yeah.
Just as good, I guess. Have you run into a bunch of famous people just on the street going to stores and stuff, or no?
No, because I live in a poor part of New York. There's not famous people. Like
Any black chick with lip injections looks like Jay-Z. So, I mean, come on. You can find people that look like him everywhere. So, well, yeah, I mean, how's life in the big city? How's it going, buddy?
Dude, it's great. I had my first New York moment last week.
Yeah.
I was sitting on the subway, and all of a sudden it started to smell really bad. So I looked to my right, and the guy sitting to the right of me leans over and is looking past me to my left. So I look over to the left, and there's a homeless dude just going to town, jerking off on the subway. And the smell was his nasty balls that he pulled out of his sweatpants. Because
they smell that bad.
Oh, who knows how long it's been since the dude showered? It was rough.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
No, homeless people, what they do, they can't afford rent, but like you still got to shower, right? So they get like gym memberships for like $10 a month.
Yeah.
And they'll just go to the gym, and their welfare or whatever money they fucking collect from cans pays for them to go take a shower twice a month.
They don't pay to take showers, Caleb.
What do you mean?
All their money goes to crack.
Well, okay.
Or heroin.
Crack, heroin, meth. I mean,
Yes.
that's just whatever they get
It's
their hands on.
mostly crack and heroin.
In New York? Yeah, that's the East Coast.
Classy homeless people do heroin.
That's true. We're a meth state here. You guys are
yeah,
crack and heroin over there.
Yep,
That's right.
Heroin. And the casual drugs over there are not like weed.
What are
stuff. The casual drugs over there are cocaine and ketamine.
Because of Wall Street?
Yeah.
They casually do ketamine up there?
They casually do ketamine. Like, oh, we're in a bar and like, hey, let's do like a little bit of ketamine.
Do you do it?
No, I haven't done it yet.
So how's the fentanyl up there? Do they have a problem with shit being cut with fentanyl, or are they getting the good shit?
A little bit, yeah.
Because it's a problem in the Midwest still.
Well, here's the thing.
Obviously, it's a problem in Minnesota.
The Wall Street guys are getting pure shit, of course.
Okay.
But everybody in Brooklyn and in Harlem, where I'm at, that's where they get the cut stuff.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's so dangerous. Why do they cut that shit with fentanyl? I don't understand. Does anyone know why it's cut with fentanyl?
Well, it doesn't make sense from a business standpoint because you're just killing possible repeat customers.
Right. Yeah, that's my thing is your kid. That's why I think it's the federal government cutting it.
The federal government's cutting it.
I do. I think that because you remember like when the weed vape thing was going around, it was like the black market jackbooted fucking weed vapes were like killing people.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was coated in like vitamin E oil or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot all about that.
Well, the feds have a history of doing shit like that, dude. Back in Prohibition, they poisoned all the alcohol and just killed a bunch of people to scare them off. Why wouldn't they put it in why wouldn't they put fentanyl in the drugs?
And it doesn't take much, so it's cost effective. I mean, they sprinkle a little tiny bit in and it's dead.
Exactly. That's dude. And you know what's even worse is car fentanyl. It's 1,000 times stronger. And they put like car fentanyl's like you want to and this is strictly for educational purposes, not telling anyone to do this. Like someone could sprinkle a little bit on your fucking doorknob. You touch your doorknob to walk into your house, fucking rub your eye. 30 minutes later, you're having a seizure, dying on the floor. That's how strong that shit is, man.
It's good to know.
You wouldn't even know it. Well, you couldn't get your hands on it if you tried. I don't think it's like illegal everywhere here.
Oh, yeah. Keep making it illegal is the reason that I wouldn't be able to get my hands on it. Because regular fentanyl is totally legal.
Well, I mean, that's what they gave Ali after the accident.
Fentanyl?
Yeah, like very, very small dosage and controlled hospital dosage of fentanyl.
What is it supposed to be used for?
It's a painkiller. It's like it's in hospitals. It's for like what it started as was cancer patients, like people going through chemotherapy that were in a ton of pain all the time. Fentanyl would they sell fentanyl patches. Like it's a very concentrated amount of fentanyl. So if you're going to chemotherapy, or radiation, whatever kind of cancer treatment, you can have that and it alleviates some of the pain that you get, and it numbs the like it gets you high as shit though. I wouldn't want to fuck with it. But I guess if you're going through cancer,
You know what else would be really good
Huh.
for chemotherapy people?
What?
Heroin.
Well, it'd pass them out and they just fall asleep.
Heroin.
I've heavily experienced heroin might be a treatment for cancer. It might be an alternative method.
Can we try that? Can we test it?
I mean, what do they have to lose? They have cancer.
That's
so,
true. So, okay, someone was asking me this the other day. They're like, when you get old, will you try like any drug? Like when I'm 85,
house money,
and
absolutely.
dude, 100%. I'm definitely shooting up heroin when I'm 85. Are you
Why
kidding
the
me?
fuck not?
Really?
Exactly. What else? What I got to live for? Everyone says don't
Well,
do
it
drugs.
just-
It'll ruin your life. My life's already over.
You're dying. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one just doesn't look fun. I mean, everybody I see that
Are
does
you
it on
kidding?
Yeah,
TV,
I wouldn't do heroin.
No,
Heroin,
they
Heroin
like
looks
shoot
like
up.
the
They're
most
super
fun.
high for a couple seconds and then they fall asleep.
you
Like
pass out.
I can
yeah.
take I can pass out for free.
Yeah. Heroin looks like the most.
Yeah,
without-
I mean,
minus the
I can
addiction.
fucking go to town on some McNuggets and get the same effect. I feel like.
Minus the amazing. Heroin is so good, it ruins people's lives. There's people that go from being
That
like
2 or 3
millionaire
seconds
Wall
before,
Street brokers.
that's
But guys ruin their whole lives over 2 or 3 seconds.
Guys
That's
ruin their
not
lives
as good
over
as
a lot.
heroin either.
Guys ruin their lives over a lot of shit, man.
I don't know if you caught that one here.
Yeah, I caught what you said.
Yeah.
That must be some fly ass, but that's that. We're gonna start calling it heroin pussy.
Heroin pussy.
That's the
right.
episode
So
title.
good to ruin your life. You'll ruin your life over it.
Heroin pussy. That's the episode title. We're 7 minutes in.
Nice.
We got it.
I mean, is that what we're gonna call like Amber Heard? Like she ruined someone's life, literally. So
I just call her trash, but I don't know about you, Amber Heard. Whore, trash,
Cunt.
Oh yeah, cunt. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
This is a
Evil.
family-friendly episode.
Well, I mean, they all are.
Yeah.
What's it? It's funny. He said Johnny Depp said he wanted to fuck her burnt corpse when he was in a movie called Corpse Bride. I thought, maybe that was just method acting. Like everyone made a big deal out of that, and I'm like, oh, sometimes you
mean-
become your character.
well, I took it as he was that pissed off.
Oh
he
yeah,
said
no.
something to his friend in text, like big fucking deal. Like he's not gonna go do that.
Well,
That's
no.
something
If a woman texted her friend that she wanted to shoot or abuse her in his sleep, no one would bat an eye. It'd be like, oh, well, she was just tired of his shit.
This whole thing is infuriating to watch.
I think that Johnny Depp is in the wrong, and we should believe all women always,
Even
even if
Ghislaine,
the evidence points against them.
even Ghislaine Maxwell.
Get out.
Especially Ghislaine Maxwell. She was
Especially-
innocent.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
We call her Ghislaine on the show.
Ghislaine.
Ghislaine. That's how I thought it was pronounced. I've always called her Ghislaine.
Ghislaine.
I've everything but the correct word.
Yeah, she doesn't deserve the respect of having her name figured out how to pronounce it correctly. It's Ghislaine.
If we
You
can
created a Ghislaine and on an island, so own it.
if we can memorialize fucking Amelia Earhart, then we should memorialize Ghislaine Maxwell.
I mean, they both hung out on islands.
I was about to say one of them landed her plane.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, one of them landed. Well, Amelia Earhart landed somewhere. We just don't know where.
crash landing doesn't count.
I remember I got booed at a stand-up show one time because I said that the Challenger explosion was just proof women shouldn't be astronauts.
They booed?
I got booed by a couple people for that.
How many times have you been booed? Total?
Oh, he can't count that high.
No, I haven't been booed that much. I've had people yell shit at me and walk out, but booing, I feel like you got to be a special type of person to boo. Because, think about it. Like, walking out, you're like, I've had enough of this. I can't listen to it anymore. Blah, blah, blah. You storm out, right? Yelling shit, like you're so outraged that it's overcome you. Booing is like, I don't know. It's not creative.
Booing
it's
is
not a
like
statement.
elementary.
Yeah,
It's so elementary.
children.
Yes.
It's like drunk sports fans boo their team and shit like that. I don't think booing is. I've been booed twice. It was that one, and then there was a time in a venue that I'm no longer banned from since it's under new ownership. So
Congratulations.
the ladies that booed me over the Challenger joke didn't bother me because they're fucking people in the audience. They're drunk. It's whatever. The other time I got booed by another comic because I made a joke.
Use the term comic loosely.
Very loosely.
Okay.
Whore.
I was just gonna say drunk middle-aged woman who's bored.
Yeah, skank, piece of shit, trash, whatever you want to say. It goes without saying. But yeah, no, I was fuck. Hope she's not watching.
Can we at her?
I highly doubt she watches this show. I highly doubt anyone
Can we
she
drop her
knows
name?
watches this show. No, I don't want to get sued. But yeah, no. So, like I made a joke about my girlfriend's epilepsy, which I mean, she actually has epilepsy for people that know.
Wait, what?
I know, right? It's
never
not
heard you talk about
like
I've
I
never
didn't
heard
just
that joke at all.
yeah.
I didn't just make up that she had epilepsy for the sake of the joke to shit on fucking people with disabilities. Like she genuinely
You should.
has epilepsy.
Epilepsy and alopecia. Fuck them both.
Well, I mean, as much as I love shitting on people with disabilities, that was not why I was doing it, the joke. But I was telling a joke, and it's like it was a fucking dumb joke, man. And it was I was booed by another comic, and I'm like, dude, like there are a couple dozen comics that I see every night that I do not like their shit. I don't think they're funny. I would never boo them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I'll go walk outside and fucking vape, but I'm not going to go outside the venue, but I'm not going to boo another comedian. If you have the balls to get on stage, I might heckle you a little bit and fuck with you, but I'm not going to boo you. Like the guy that did my show a couple months ago, he goes, I'm from Ukraine. And that was the one time I did boo, but that was more of a joke. He said he was from Ukraine, and I just booed, and everyone started laughing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that wasn't like I'm booing your content. I just wanted to fuck with them. I was like, this is not a Ukraine safe space. This is a pro-Russian show.
Oh, fuck.
We believe in Putin, his dream.
Oh my god.
No, not really. But yeah, no, I mean, just like to be so upset by another comic.
Dude, you got to go with Ukraine. Zelensky's one of us.
Jesus Christ. Zelensky has a net worth
Jesus.
of $596 million.
Yeah,
How the
he's
fuck
totally
did
one
he
of
get
us.
that money?
He was a comic, though.
Yeah, do you know what
That's
Joe
what I mean.
Rogan's
He's
net
one of
worth?
us.
Joe Rogan's net worth is about 150 million. Kevin Hart is about 200. Chappelle is about 60.
Jerry Seinfeld is like $1 billion, though.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Zelensky wasn't Jerry Seinfeld big. He had a show that was like the Ukrainian version of The Office. And to put it into perspective, Steve Carell has a net worth of 80 million.
Yeah. Well,
And
he's
so
getting
wait,
under
what
the
was
table money.
Zelensky's again? What's Zelensky's?
$596 million.
Jesus, that's not just from acting.
Well, he's a comic, so he's got
From
my vote.
one show. And sorry, okay.
Oh no, we lost our.
They must
one
pay
loyal
comics
live student.
different a little.
That's just on Facebook. There'll be more on YouTube. What's
Yeah,
that?
I said they must pay comics a bit differently over there than they do here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's if he was a female comic, he wouldn't have any money. So it's because we pay them less.
Or respect.
Well, I mean, that goes without saying. Oh shit, we got to be careful. We caught the ire of feminist Facebook last week, so they're coming after. I'm surprised we haven't been like mass reported again.
Oh, that's right. That one meme that I gave you to post that everybody freaked out about.
I actually
And-
shared it before you
God.
sent it to me.
Oh, did you? Damn it.
Yeah.
I was looking at that and I'm like, this needs to go up there.
We found our way to toxic female Facebook. It was
Dude, speaking of toxic social media, I can't wait to see the meltdown now that Elon Musk has Twitter.
Oh, dude, it's like Trump in
Oh.
2016 vibes.
Dude.
It's already happening. They're already like the employees are already melting down. Well, what's gonna happen? I'm sick to my stomach.
There's
blah,
going to be
blah,
freedom
blah.
of speech again.
I
Oh,
know.
no.
Yeah.
I know. All the people I hate are gonna actually have accounts. Like,
Yeah, now
oh my
you
God,
actually
who are
have to
you?
engage with people instead of just hiding behind a fucking report button.
Mhm.
I mean, you can still block people. No one
Yeah.
says you can't block people. You know, if you're that
always been an
concerned,
option.
like if you're so concerned with what the other side has to say that you feel that, just them simply having the right to express themselves would be enough to sway elections and shit like that, maybe you should look at what you're saying. Like, why is what they're saying so convincing as compared to what you're saying? But they'll just paint it back to racism, transphobia, like they always do. So That's
Right. Didn't they call him a white supremacist? Or sorry, Sean King. This is consider the source.
I don't.
Called him a white supremacist from an apartheid state. He
Yeah.
lived there.
He was like 12.
He was born there. Like, what
Yeah,
are you? He was a
he
little
was a
kid.
child.
Like,
Elon Musk is an African American and should be
run to the next
recognized as
country.
Abe Lincoln was born during slavery. He's an African American.
He is. Elon Musk is an African American.
He is. He's from South Africa.
We should respect that.
He's from South Africa.
He is.
He wanted It's too bad he can't run for president. I would vote for him.
Yeah. But everyone should support African American owned businesses and not try to get Elon Musk kicked off owning Twitter.
I remember you. Yeah, I'm not going to say on the air. Never mind. There's certain things I don't say on the air because it'll get our page yeeted.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, Elon doesn't run Facebook and YouTube, so that's
not yet.
Not yet. No, he's going to buy that next.
He's gonna buy it next.
I love how people. Oh, I don't want a billionaire to control social media and Twitter, as compared to the Saudi prince that was the largest share owner before him.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
Right.
because
Like,
they're.
That guy's got the same Western values.
Yeah.
If
The Saudi royal family is known for one thing, it's tolerance, right?
Right.
Like, that's what I think. What I think the Saudi royal family is, they love women, they love gays, they love the trans.
Equal
They
rights for
actually do love
everybody.
trans people
Not for the same reason we do,
because it's better to have them than to have gays in that country.
because they will literally you transition because if you're gay, they behead you.
Yeah.
That's why they love the transgenders.
Isn't it weird? They're so like homophobic that it leads to them being like trans positive.
Overly fucking progressive.
Yes.
It's
That
horseshoe
is
theory.
weird.
Everything comes back around.
Yeah.
It's like the crazy. It's like the white supremacists that say white people and black people should stick to their own, and then the far left people that are like, oh, a white guy listening to rap music, that's cultural appropriation. All the races should just stick to their own.
Yeah.
It's horseshoe theory. It all comes back.
That's true. But that's so wild. Because like here, trans is definitely further on the spectrum than gay. But
Way
over
further.
there, it's like, oh, we'd rather have you transition than
Yeah, the spectrum
like the
being
same
gays over here, it's people I'd be willing to hang out with. Trans.
As
You
long
ready to
as you're
get canceled
funny, I
when
don't
you go
care.
back to New York?
Yeah. I've got a couple of trans friends in New York, so I gotta.
I don't mind trans people. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It's just a joke. I actual trans people. It's when we get into the whole I'm 17 different genders. I can be
Well,
whatever the
it's-
fuck I
The
want.
people that are most annoying about it aren't even people that are actually trans.
No, it's fucking
the
straight
people
white.
that are in your face
Exactly.
about it.
Exactly.
No, if you want to be
Yeah.
trans, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I've got friends or people I consider friends that are.
But I won't
transgender,
call you
like,
they them. I don't give a
I
fuck.
refuse.
Sorry.
No, pick
Yeah.
one. I have friends
can't
that
do
are.
it. I'm sorry.
I have a friend that's a man that transitioned to a woman, and if he wants to be called she, that's fine. I don't fucking care. I'll call you by that name. It's when you start making shit up like that, that's when it
Well,
becomes.
here's
I'm
the
not playing
reason that
pretend.
I'm not a fan of the they and the them, and it's nothing to do with the terms. It's everything to do with grammar rules.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, they and them is meant for multiple people, not a
We don't
singular
use it-
person.
Yeah, it's also,
Yeah,
like
I
I've
guess.
said before, you don't get to dictate what I say about you.
Yeah.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I'm talking to you, I'm going to say you, or I'm going to call you by your name. I'm not going to call you, a
Zer.
pronoun.
Yeah.
I'm going to use a pronoun for you when I'm talking to somebody else about you. So you don't whatever.
Yeah.
The only time you would use they is if you truly didn't know the gender of the person.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
That one.
Well, it's like if you tell me about like what's
That person over there.
like non-gender name, like Alex
They-
could be a boy or a girl's name.
True.
Like if you're just talking about someone Alex, I'm like, well, what's their deal? If I didn't
Yeah.
100% know what their gender was,
Mm.
or just say it. Like a dog.
like a dog. How many people do you think you've walked in stand up?
Did I
only been
walk?
booed twice, but how many of you walked?
How many people have I walked on this show right now?
How many
Um,
okay, maybe how many times have you walked people? Because counting the actual amount might be too much.
Yeah, I haven't counted. I know my first show ever, I walked a lady to the point she fucking wrote the venue and complained about me.
Nice.
That venue is no longer in business, and it's nothing to do with me.
You're right.
Forte Music Hall. No, she complained. She complained on Facebook. She complained, I think, on Google reviews. I think she wrote to the fucking organizer. It was something about she called me a Trump supporter and all kinds of shit because I was She said I was ageist, sexist, and racist. But
Wasn't that your first show?
That was my first show ever. Like I fucking, and that's how I knew I was here to stay. But no, like that's
It was
like
a great
You're
show.
nobody till you
I
have
saw-
haters, dude.
I saw her leave, and I know where I was at in my set when she left. And I know she was full of shit because I hadn't gotten to the racist stuff yet. So like, there's no way she could have known that. Like,
Listen, I don't remember there being any of that. There's a lot of ageism, and it was hilarious who it pissed off in the crowd.
There was one racist joke that I had. It was kind of hacky. I don't tell it anymore. It's too much of a setup for too little of a return. Sexist. There was one or two. I don't know, man. I like listen. It's fucking crazy. Was looking through my notes on my phone for something else the other day, and I pulled up this note from when I first started doing stand up, and the title of it was "Killer Set." And it was like my type 5. I don't use any of those jokes anymore.
Yep.
They're all gone. I haven't used any of those jokes in years. Like
Dude, I think we need more ageism. Actually,
I agree.
When we don't have enough of it, that's how we end up with presidents with dementia.
With Biden. No, literally, I think we should.
Yeah.
There should be, just like you have to be 35 to be president. There should be a maximum age. If you turn 75 in the end of your second term in office should be the oldest. Like, so if you're any older than it'd be 67 when you're running for the first time, you can't. You're done. Sorry, you missed your chance.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
we don't let people who are too young run, so I think we should stop people who are too old from running too.
Because your brain, just like like your body has like a physical athletic peak, your brain has a mental peak. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I like.
Unless you're Kanye, because he's a genius.
What's this comment say? You've got to warm up the crowd before you get to ageist, sexist. I appreciate the stand-up advice. Thanks.
It's not bad. It's not wrong.
No, I mean I do
wrong.
it every time. That's what I do. I don't just walk out and be like, "What's up, you bunch of." That's
Okay, here's something
No,
about
he's
New
good.
York comedy that I actually was really surprised by. I was expecting it to be way more PC.
Mhm.
It's
No, New York's not. No.
It's only PC in Brooklyn. In Manhattan, where all the actual comedy clubs are, anything fucking goes.
Well, yeah, it's like, dude, you look at the guys that cut their
Nice.
teeth there, fucking Tim Dillon,
Nice.
Legion of Skanks, fucking, I mean, all the fucking hardcore,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, dude, Ari Shaffir.
Ari Shaffir is the one I was thinking of.
I don't know if it's a joke or a riff or whatever it was, but I saw him a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about how he went to Thailand to get a transsexual, and I don't think it was to specifically get one, but he ended up getting like a transsexual prostitute,
Mhm.
and he was like, and she was hot. I mean, like, this was pro. And he started pointing at girls in the crowd. He goes, she was hotter than you and you and you.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
Ari.
ouch.
It was great. Like,
Um,
anything fucking goes, man. New York comedy's great, dude.
but as for
That's
how many
hilarious.
people I've walked, fuck, man, I walked that lady on Ali's show, that big one he did, and then she came back.
And then
and
I
you walked
right?
her permanently.
Off
But
of
yours
not
wasn't
even
even
that
that.
bad of a joke.
Yours wasn't even that. Neither was mine.
Yeah, mine was.
What'd you
about
say,
how
Zach? What was the last thing
It was about how like
that did it?
adoption centers, orphanages, whatever, should be run by used car salesmen because they're already good at getting rid of things people don't want.
Do you still tell that?
No, I should.
Dude,
You
you
should
should
bring
start
that one
telling
back.
that again.
That made this chick walk out? That's
Yeah,
fucking
I walked
hilarious.
out.
Well, I had peppered her up pretty good.
Yeah.
I had told the.
But here's the crazy part though. I hadn't even gotten to the punchline or anything yet. I was just said adoption. And
She was
it was
out.
like she's gone.
No, she came in ready to get mad that night. Your shit was like, so I told the Native American joke I say about Mia, and she fucking decided in the middle of my set she was one of those that's gonna scream instead of walk out. She comes up and she goes, I told the joke and she goes, "That's racist." And I turned to her. I said, No, it's not. She gave me permission. All it cost me was, or she gave me permission to say it. All it cost me was some beads and whiskey. And the whole crowd just lights up. And she starts screaming something again. And the guy in front of her turns around and goes, "Shut the fuck up." And she just sat down. And she stood up and she got up and walked out. So, like, I mean, nobody else wanted to hear her too, because like she thought she was being just and moral by calling me out on my horrible
She was being a
racism.
social justice warrior.
Fighting.
Warrior.
Fighting a good fight.
Yeah,
You
fighting
might as well
for
have had a sword in her hand.
the underprivileged, because I made an axe throwing joke. Like that was the joke. It wasn't even that bad. Fighting for the underprivileged from the oppressor, me. Yeah, no, I'll tell you what, man. If I'm doing stand-up comedy in Omaha, I'm not oppressing anybody. I'm not in any position of power to be oppressing anybody. Like, I promise you. So, but no, she thought. And then when the audience was on my side, to the point that someone was willing to tell her to shut the fuck up, she was done. She had it, and then you came back in with your horrible used car joke. I mean, I was too far.
That I hadn't even gotten into yet.
I didn't even get into it. She didn't even give it a chance,
She
man.
didn't even give it a shot. I made a good point.
Yeah, you should have been like, too bad that guy wasn't adopted by better parents, so he wouldn't tell these fucking racist ass jokes. But you didn't give her the chance to, so then she didn't give you the chance. So who knows? Who knows?
Those
what's gonna
people
happen.
just don't like comedy, or you know what I mean. They just
they like comedy as long as it's within the lines, as long as it's Saturday Night Live comedy.
Saturday Night Live is
gag,
terrible. Dude. I saw it was maybe 2-3 weeks ago. I watched one of the writers on SNL do a set, and he was fucking terrible.
Oh, I'm sure.
He was atrocious.
I'm so shocked.
He was not funny at all.
Yeah, Trump. That's all they talk about, man. Dude, I can't tell you how many people, not right after, but how many people I know that stopped doing comedy 2 to 3 months after Trump left office because they didn't have nothing else to talk about.
No more material.
Like comics claim to hate the fucking guy, but that's literally your whole career was Trump. You didn't have anything else.
That's all CNN and all those guys fucking had too.
That's still all people are lost, man.
They still try to bring him up all the time. It's like
you talk about some shit.
Not even our fucking president.
Dude,
anymore.
no,
like,
literally.
why?
You comment on like the local news some shit about fucking Joe Biden fucking up, and people will fly in there. Oh yeah, well Trump. I'm like, Trump's been gone for over a year. Let it go.
And why can't we stick to the fucking subject why don't we talk about what I'm saying here today?
Yeah, Trump was a douche, but you know what? That doesn't make Joe Biden suck any less.
It doesn't make him any less dementia ridden.
I'd vote for Trump if he runs in 20. I'll vote for anyone over Joe Biden. I'm not gonna fucking lie.
Fuck yeah.
I voted for Kanye.
I know you did.
Full disclosure.
Why?
Easy for Preezy, baby.
Do we gotta wait? Can we announce what you're gonna be on or not?
Yeah, sure. Here.
Tell him.
Oh yeah. Next month you can catch me on Comedy Central's Daily Show.
Almost as big as this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost.
Not doing stand up like Man on the Street. Right?
Well, I did a bit.
You did do a bit.
A producer told me to come be on the show. So.
Oh, really? I wanted to ask you about this because I saw your post. So how did this all come about?
I don't want to reveal too much because
you'll have to see.
I don't want to get the guy in trouble. You know.
Okay.
I don't want to ruin the.
You get this guy fired.
Man on the street.
You get this guy fired.
But through a various happenstance of circumstances, I ended up on the Daily Show. So it'll be up next month.
Very cool.
Yeah,
it happens.
It happens. You just gotta suck the right dick. That's all it is.
We know you've been sucking Tim Dillon's. So,
dude, if I was sucking Tim Dillon's, I'd be on his podcast right now.
Do you think Tim Dillon makes like younger male comics sleep with him?
No, but there is a guy that I know that made out with Tim Dillon on his podcast, and he got like 20,000 followers.
Oh, so Tim Dillon's actually gay? Because there are theories that Tim Dillon's not actually gay.
Yeah, no, he's gay.
Okay. He made out with him like in the middle of the podcast?
Apparently.
What the
fuck? Haven't seen this. This is all just hearsay. But I mean, he seemed to be profiting off of it. So
I mean, was the guy gay?
No.
Oh my god.
But Caleb, you're not going to make out with Tim Dillon.
But it was consensual? It wasn't like Tim Dillon like forced him.
No, of course not.
I can't picture Tim Dillon. Now I got to look at this.
He's a big fat gay guy.
Yeah, but you can't tell he's gay.
No, you can't tell at all. Like,
you wouldn't make out with Tim Dillon?
What is it for?
Are
like,
you
what
asking?
am I?
Oh, good.
Is he like coming up to me in private? No.
If it's on his podcast,
yeah, I'd probably do it.
You're on his podcast.
It's not it'd be like, here's my
on
thing,
air.
Man. Yep, dude. Like, here's my thing. There's no fucking genitals involved. Like, it's not. I'm not attracted to men at all, so it's not a sexual thing for me. It'd be a fucking bit. Who cares? Yeah, I'd kiss Tim Dillon.
Not kiss, make out.
Sure.
Yeah,
No, dude, as long as there's no fucking like dicks and shit involved, I don't. It's not a sex thing at all. It's
Wouldn't
a
it be
fucking
hilarious
bit.
if we just made out
It's
right
a
now?
bit on a podcast. No, it's not funny because you're straight, so that'd be dumb. It's a bit on a podcast. It'd be funny. Like, I mean, but someone's already done it, so it'd be a hack bit. So no, now I wouldn't. To answer your question, so I don't want to be in the business of joke stealing. Okay.
Not like Amy Schumer.
Well, I mean,
She's just the worst.
there was some guy did Clash of Comics and stole all of his jokes.
No way. From who?
Different comedians.
Oh my god.
And they weren't
Oh.
like obscure comedians. Like
They were like
it
mainstream,
was
like,
like
Chappelle jokes.
Chappelle type, Kevin Hart.
Oh my god.
fuck
So
that.
obvious.
How did you think you were gonna get away with that? Like
Yeah.
that's
Oh, he's a genius.
he's like, they will never see it coming.
I just say it a little different. They don't know.
They'll have no clue.
Yeah.
They'll have no clue. Well, have you ever heard has Don ever told you about the guy he had on his show that he went and his whole routine was just Norm Macdonald's special?
No.
Oh my god.
His whole routine, yeah, he paid the guy, like sold him up, and Don needed a headliner. And he paid the guy. Guy got fucking free food and drink. Shows up with like 3 of his buddies, runs up like $150 tab, doesn't tip,
And then does Norm Macdonald's
and
bits.
then steals Norm Macdonald's bits for 25 minutes and does it poorly. That
Wow, that's awful.
Nice.
what a
Nice.
jackass.
Nice.
Like, do people not think bookers talk
Right.
when they do this shit? Like, you just ensured no one in that city's ever gonna book you. No one that guy knows is ever gonna book you.
It's the life of a road comic.
Burning as many
Burning
bridges.
as many bridges as
Just
you can.
burn bridges all across America. Fuck it for free food and a couple bucks. Like what?
Hey,
God.
we're like a month away and we've already sold like 50 tickets for this show in Emporia, Kansas.
Fuck yeah.
That's how you know they don't have anything else to do, is when a show that I'm headlining is half sold out a month before the date.
Dude, you're just you're a Midwest treasure. That's what it is.
I'm performing in a fucking boxing gym inside the ring.
Dude, that's sick.
No way.
sick.
That's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Fly
Yeah.
me out for the next one. I'll do it.
Okay. I don't. We'll. They actually do want to have another one in June, but we'll see
Fly
if the
me
schedules
out.
work out. But
I hope you tape that one because that would be fun to watch. Like, just the whole setting
Well,
sounds like it'd be fun to do.
I'm
you know?
gonna go down there early, and I think I might hop in the ring and spar with some people first. I think that'd be fun. I haven't been in a
Dude,
boxing
it'd be
ring
funny
since I
as
was a
shit if you
kid.
did your set with like a black eye and a bloody lip.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, wait a minute, right before your set, Caleb. Oh shit!
I'd be
I've
fun.
You're
been going to.
No, I think I don't know. Let's
Concussed Caleb would let the N-word slip.
sober Caleb would do that.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't use numbskull in my set.
Just silly.
Okay. Yeah. No, I would. Concussed Caleb might let a slur slip. That's dude. That's the only. That's a risky one when you're a white guy dropping slurs. You better be like, because that's the thing is like, it can work. You can, as a white guy.
I mean, you've seen comics do it. You've seen Louis do it. You've seen other guys do
I've
it.
seen Bill Queen do it.
But it's one of those. How do you even practice that?
You
know what I mean?
don't. No, dude. There's no.
How because you got to test out jokes and like build the set. How do you work that one out?
You work up the balls to say it, and there better be some minorities in the room when you do it. Otherwise, it's just a Klan rally.
Yeah,
Like that's like it can work. Now, you might still get your ass kicked depending on the mood of the audience.
I think Ricky Gervais has done it too.
I'm sure he has. A white comic using a hard slur like that, you can get away with it. But when you say it, you don't half-ass it. You
Do
fucking.
you think you can still get away with it though? Because
Yes.
Louis did that like a decade.
I bet he could still get away with it if he really did. I don't think Louis fans are gonna care. I really don't. Louis got a built-in fan base. They're not gonna care.
Yeah, if his fans are still his fans, they are hardcore fans.
don't
You know what I
care.
mean? If
Legion
they
of Skanks
stuck
is it?
through this.
Do they really?
That's a Mexican and 2 Jews, but still, I mean, their Jews are basically
Big
white.
J's Jewish?
Not practicing,
Huh.
but I mean, like if you're like I said, you have to commit
Explains why
to
he's
it.
famous.
You rip the Band-Aid off and you swing for the fences. You do not half-ass it and go out there and make it sound like you're scared to say it, because then they lose respect for you.
True.
If you go out and you just drop it and you just throw it in their face, they might be shocked, but the audience will respect you and they might actually laugh at it. I've seen it happen
have
before.
A solid punch behind that.
Sometimes that is the punch. From what I've seen guys do, that is the punch, and they fucking just drop it.
It's not one that I would try.
I wouldn't risk it.
But
so is this something that you do not even try at open mics? You just try it out at the show, or if you're gonna do
you gotta be really feeling it at a show.
Dude, I think you've already got to be established too,
and you got to be.
You can't be like a fucking open micer.
No,
you gotta be.
If you're an open micer, because like I said, I've seen comics that white guys do it that it's worked, but like you said, you got to be established.
Yeah,
and you gotta you got to commit to it, and you got to be on a goddamn roll, and then it's just the shock of the word will rile people up. But yeah,
it is one of those things where, dude, when you are rolling and the crowd's feeling
you say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, you could say whatever you want.
Well, you can't in a mostly black room. That's what I figured out. Black audiences are different. They're much more attentive.
Oh, yeah,
like the typical fucking, suburbanite audience.
So I live up in Harlem, so I do sets up there every once in a while. Black audiences are the best and the worst audience at the same time. Yeah. Because if it's funny,
they'll laugh.
They will let you know it's funny.
Absolutely.
They will laugh. But if it's not like totally funny, if it's like a joke,
there's nothing. There's no cheap laughs with them. That's why I like it, because it makes you better. Because 100%. They don't bullshit with you. Like you have like the suburbanite.
You're not.
Yeah, you have the suburbanite audience, lily white audience. You can go out there and you can tell the same fucking. You'll hit a couple jokes in a row that do really good, and then you start throwing out just the corniest, hackiest crowd work, and they'll eat it out of the palm of your hands, and that ain't making you any better. You know what I mean? But like you get in with a mostly black audience, and every laugh is earned. That's the thing, is every person in the room laughing at you is earned, because they're very attentive, and they'll laugh at one joke. And just because they laughed at the last joke, don't mean they're gonna laugh at the next one. It's okay. What are you gonna do for me here?
You never fully win them over.
No,
you know
but it feels so good when they laugh, though.
Yeah.
Like it's and
it's like you said, like they could have laughed their ass off at the joke right before it. If your next joke isn't solid, you're not gonna get the I like you laugh.
Yeah,
you're gonna get silence.
That's exactly it. And those are tough, but like you said, they make you better.
Oh, 100%, dude. 100%.
And they're not near as soft as the suburban audiences too. I feel like that you can take more chances in that type of crowd.
I completely agree.
Our audience at Harmful Content Comedy, you can say whatever the fuck you want. That's like
Caleb's tested that theory.
No, I have not. I'm the host. I can't get too rowdy, dude. Half of my hosting set's not even comedy. It's just like riling the audience up. This lady a couple months ago started a "Let's Go Brandon" chant.
No, she started it.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
We just get them riled up. I said something, and someone goes, "Joe Biden," and I went, "Fuck that guy." And this lady goes, "Let's go Brandon," and the whole audience just started. And I'm like, our crowd is a fucking another animal, man. Like I fucking love it.
That's awesome.
See, here's the thing about New York audiences, and especially in the clubs in Manhattan, a lot of them are, it's like what they think what you're saying is funny.
Yeah,
they're trying to hide that they think it's funny.
Why?
You know what I mean? They're like, oh,
why? Oh, because it's too far. It's too
offensive. Because it's not.
They don't want everyone to see that they think
I'm not
it's
supposed
funny.
to laugh at that.
Exactly.
That's what.
If it's not PC or whatever.
Yeah. Like they'll laugh.
Oh,
you'll see them laugh.
But they're like
well, we had one. It was this was the show that actually made me start rebranding our show. We had these girls came in, and I knew the second they walked in that we were fucked, because they sat down at their table with their masks on. I'm like, they're not gonna like this show. And so they sit down with their masks on, and I could, how like when you're on stage and you're just doing so bad that you can hear them judging you.
Yes.
Like I tell a joke and you just hear and I'm like, that's the worst sound in the world. It's worse than silence,
bro. Okay. Last week I was doing a set at this place. It's called Stand Up New York, and like two guys before me, I was sitting in the crowd, and this lady with her husband or boyfriend or whatever, she leans up to him and she goes, "Is everything okay? You don't look like you're happy right now." And he goes, these guys are all rubbish.
It was a British guy?
Yeah. I was like, fuck.
Damn. Was he talking about you?
No, I hadn't gone up yet.
Oh, did you make him laugh?
Oh, that's
yeah, I
good.
got the crowd over, but it was because the guys were rubbish.
Did you call him rubbish?
No.
Oh, you should. I would have called that shit out in a heartbeat.
I called him out at the end of my set.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
How so?
But, I was just saying, like, because it was a tight room. It wasn't a bad room, but it was like a chuckle and grin room. So it took a little bit to like warm them up and get them to like get loose and like actually laugh. And so I had a pretty decent set. I came up there, just really high energy, got them a little loose. And I ended it. It was like, I don't care what the other comics say. You guys are all right. Even the guy that called everyone rubbish earlier.
That's fucking great.
Yeah.
The guy that called everyone rubbish. Nah, but that set in Des Moines was probably my worst crowd work moment. The one we were talking about that got me banned.
Yeah.
Dude,
have you ever had a crowd work moment just completely backfire on you?
This one that I'm about to tell you about. Not in the sense that like the audience member owned me. It was more that I shot myself in the foot. But no, so I mean it was already going downhill, and I knew I can tell walking into a room if I'm gonna have a good set or not. Like I could tell, like just by looking at the audience. And college age white women, not Caleb's crowd. We'll put it that way. So I'm up there, and 5 minutes in, I'm doing okay, right? And I can tell that because I start things off pretty soft, right? Like our commenter said to do. I start things off fairly softly, and I work my way up. Well, they weren't digging the shit I started with, so I'm like, I knew the rest of it was going to be rough. So I'm like, fuck this. I'm going off with the crowd. I saw they were already starting to not like me, and I saw this bachelorette party. The girl was getting married tomorrow, right? She had like the thing around the band or whatever that
sash.
Says, yeah, the sash. It's like bride to be, and she's got the tiara on her hair all done and shit. And I was like, oh, bachelorette party. When are you getting married? She's like, tomorrow. Like, where'd you meet your husband? High school. I went, oh, you're not gonna make it. And it was at that point where I fucking sealed the coffin.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
I mean, they like it's the truth. There ain't no high school sweethearts that fucking die together as a married couple. That doesn't happen.
My great grandparents.
That's different. It ain't the 20s.
Not
anymore.
this day and age, he means.
Yeah.
Like back then, they knew they could
that was
stick
the
together.
norm. Half that shit was arranged back then.
Back then you stayed together even if you wanted to murder your spouse.
That's exactly it. And sometimes
God
you
would
just did
damn
murder
you
your
if you
spouse. Yeah, that's a. But I mean, like, yeah, she didn't like the dose of truth I gave her. I guess. I mean, I can imagine it wouldn't be fun.
That's fucking hilarious. As a comic sitting in the room, I would have laughed my ass off.
Oh yeah, the men in the room thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, see, that's all right. I feel bad, but I feel like all comics do this. Like when you see someone just eating shit so hard that it's the funniest fucking thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like nothing they're saying is landing. The whole room hates them.
Well, that wasn't that bad. See, the set wasn't
right,
actually
but I'm
bad.
saying like seeing that. God, it's the funniest thing because you feel for them. You feel their pain, but
then
like,
you're gonna probably have to go up and feel the same thing in 10 minutes.
No, because I'm amazing.
Oh,
this kid.
No, man. The worst feeling is eating a bag of dicks, and then the next 3 people go out and kill.
Oh, dude, yeah.
You're
like, it was just a tough room, and then everyone else crushes. Like, I suck.
It's like, wow, I'm gonna go take a fucking bottle full of Benadryl and hop in the bath.
Oh, dude, you know what actually sucked? So, I riffed on this at the show Friday, but so I came back home to visit my family. I was super excited about the Comedy Central thing, and so my mom and I were hanging out. We went to go see John Mulaney on Friday night at CHI. And what I said to everybody on Friday afterwards when I was doing the show is, if you're ever excited about accomplishing something, don't go see someone that does it way better than you. Because I was like on cloud 9, and then I saw John Mulaney, and I was like, I fucking suck.
Dude, literally, like
this guy just probably made over $500,000 filling an arena.
I was at a point where I stopped watching stand-up period because I'm like, I'm tired of feeling like I suck, you know, and it was very much just a mental health thing.
Dude, what I do every day in New York is I will go to the clubs and I'll watch some of the pros. Like I've seen Ari a couple times now. Like I'll watch the pros and I'll sit there and I'll like study.
Yeah.
Like, all right. So,
what have you learned?
A couple of things.
Yeah.
Like if the crowd's tight, you have to work them. If you say a joke that doesn't land, if you want to get them back, you got to work them.
Like work the crowd.
Yeah. Stuff just like pause, like the way you would pause after a punch, and like the confidence and the clarity that you have to say things, and how to word certain things, because if you word it, it can come off differently.
Well, that was one of my biggest problems, and it still is to this day. I mean, granted, I'm way better at it now, but like I wouldn't give people time to laugh.
Yeah.
Like I'd say a joke that would hit really hard, and I could probably milk it for like another 10 seconds of laughter. But I started doing comedy in a room that gave you like 3-4 minutes. So I was like trying to hurry and get all my shit in. Yeah. And now it's like, I'll do these shows out of town where, hey, you have as much time as you want, bro. Just fucking tip the bartender when you leave. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm still rushing through shit. I want to
come do an hour.
Okay, come on down.
Really?
Come to Emporio with me.
Don't tempt me. I'll do an hour.
Maybe next time.
All right.
We'll set it up. But yeah, I mean, so it's just like, I mean, obviously I've gotten a lot better at it now. It's not as much of a problem as it used to be. But no, I completely understand that. The thing I learned, I don't even remember who told me, was that a lot of comics you see that waste their time, they'll waste time on stage saying just useless shit when you should be starting off trying to make them laugh. Like
the first words that come out of your mouth should be funny.
Right? Yeah, it shouldn't be give it up for your host, blah 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 blah. You know, it's like what the fuck's going on tonight, everybody? If you're the host, that's a little bit different. You can go and be like, what the fuck's going on tonight? So and so,
because that's your job.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's something else I learned from New York too, because people have such short attention spans. There's so much going on, and there's always something better to do, no matter where you're at.
Right? Yeah.
That you've got like 2 seconds to prove that you're worth listening to when you're on stage.
Yeah.
First fucking words out of your mouth better be good.
You got to make them laugh.
Yeah. It's super boring when a comedian goes up there and goes, how's everybody doing tonight? Oh, that wasn't good enough. Let's hear it. You know, just fucking tell jokes, dude.
Yeah.
Tell your joke.
Like I said, when I'm hosting, I will do that, but that's different. I got to get them fired up.
Exactly.
When you're the host, you're basically a sacrificial lamb anyway.
100%.
It's like get the groans and shit out of the way and let them know what they're in for. Now, my problem is when I host, half the time I'm the fucking most offensive person on the show. So like,
you definitely have closer energy.
Me? Yes, I know.
Because
that's when I'm at my best, is when I'm closing.
Well, that and like you set the whole tone for the rest of the show. So if they don't like you, the next person's fucked.
But if they do,
and if they do like you, the next person's probably still fucked because their materials could be different.
I feel bad for people that follow me because I'm very hit or miss.
You're really hard to
follow. I'm not stroking my own dick being like I'm tough to follow. That's not always a good thing.
Yeah.
Because believe me, there have been plenty of times where I've gone up middle of the show and completely sucked the energy out of a good room. That just was not digging my vibe and did not like my style. And that's fine. I came to terms a long time ago with the style of comedy I do does not apply to everyone, and not everyone's gonna like me, and I'm completely fine with that. I'm not here to make friends with people that don't want to be friends with me, so that's cool with me. But I feel bad for people that have to follow me that otherwise would have had a very good set. So.
Yeah, I've had to follow you once or twice, but it was like, fuck.
Was it a good one or a bad one? Or both?
It was the time at Backland when you walked a lady.
I still had a decent set.
You still had a decent set, but you could tell the energy was like.
No, it was because I ended it with the 9/11 joke,
and nobody laughed.
And no one laughed at it. It was crickets.
And I was like, well, great, this is gonna be fun.
I remember one time I got put on a show. I won't name whose show it was, where I was, or who the headliner was, but I got put on a show with a guy that no one had ever heard of. And I'm like, what the fuck is this guy from out of town? Whatever. So I share it to my Snapchat story. I'm just doing my promotion thing. And a friend of mine replies, he goes, hey, I know that guy. I'm like, how the fuck do you know that guy? He goes, he hangs out at the bars downtown and just gets drunk and talks about how he's funnier than 90% of the comedians.
I know exactly what show you're talking about.
And I'm like, has he ever done stand-up? He goes, no. And I'm like, and they let this asshole headline. So I'm like lead feature on the show. I'm like pissed. I'm like, you know what? Let the dude feature or do like 5 or something and see if he's any good. Don't fucking let him headline. Like, this should be my show. Now I'm pissed. And yeah, I'm kind of a diva. Get the fuck over it. If you're, look, anyone that claims they're not a little bit of a narcissist that's on a stage trying to make people laugh is full of shit.
Oh, 100%.
Full of shit. We're all a little narcissistic. We're all a little bit prima donna. So I'm annoyed that I should be headlining this show in my head, or even the guy before me would have been a better headliner in my mind. Right. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the most outrageous. I'm going to do the most outrageous, offensive, ridiculous thing I can do. So, like, this guy, like, this crowd will either love me or I will eat such a bag of dicks he can't possibly recover. And it was the second one. I probably took it a little too far. I won't even go into detail. But I mean, I was insulting the women in the front row and on their appearance, and it was a whole ordeal. Like, it was bad. But I mean, that's what I did. And that, well, welcome to the comedy scene, buddy.
Yeah, seriously.
But I started really well. That's what I did. I started off really well. I just did my normal routine and stuff, and then I just went off the fucking walls, just lashing out at the audience. I just what's that?
So you just went for it?
Yeah, I just went for their throat, and I just started trashing the audience and just pissed them all off. And then I'm like, good luck.
And did he eat shit?
Oh, horrible.
Oh, God.
Was it? All right. Objectively, was he any good? Like, if the room was
no, I mean he's okay. He's average.
Okay,
like you could tell he had wrote the shit out, and because he went up with a notepad. But you could tell he had practiced the shit in the mirror and stuff like that. And it wasn't like, you know, just some guy trying to go up and tell drunken stories. Like, you could tell he'd watched stand up and studied it and written shit down, and like he actually tried to write it. It wasn't the worst thing I'd heard, but it was not. Here, go headline a 30-minute spot on your first time ever in front of a fucking audience. Good. You know what I mean? Like, he would have been a solid 10. It would have been a solid 10. But he also didn't have a dickhead before him that tried to destroy his set. He's never been back since, so I did end his career.
Good. Good.
I ended his career, and I almost ended another in a roast battle. But
oh, that's one of my favorite stories in comedy.
Oh, my God.
We can tell it, but we can't.
We made a guy delete his Facebook.
So I did a roast battle with a guy, and I'm not dropping names. We're not doing that. I'm not even going to say where it was, what the charges were.
Is this one I'm thinking of?
Probably. So I did this roast battle, and I got called in last second. You had a t-shirt made? Yeah. I got called in last second. Because the person that was going to battle him dropped. So I'm looking the guy up. I'm like, maybe he's got like a DUI or something that I can, you know, roast him for or some shit like that. But he didn't. There was a violent crime on there that we won't go into detail with. And he has since given me a little bit more context to it. Whatever. It doesn't matter at the time. So
he beat his kid.
It wasn't his kid.
If we're not going to give any other details, I'll give that detail. Right, he beat the shit out of a kid.
So I got a t-shirt made of his mugshot that was far from endearing. And I wore it under another t-shirt. So I went to the thing. We did our first 3 jokes. It's like 5 jokes, and you each get to respond and shit. We did our first 2, and I was crushing him. Then he had a third one that hit me pretty good. And then he had a good comeback to mine. And I started to feel like I was losing the room. So I was like, one thing before my next joke. And I took my shirt off and I showed his mugshot. And this dude's whole family was there. Like, oh my God, fucking distant relatives and shit. And
cousins and
yeah, dude. And that's the only time after a show I felt in danger for my safety, like my physical well-being. I won. But at what cost?
We walked to the car. We left that night in a group.
Yeah, people walked with me. I was concerned.
I wouldn't have been surprised if you made him kill himself.
I was actually
he didn't, obviously,
because that was right after that girl. We're actually watching the Hulu show on it, Girl from Plainview or whatever. That girl that like texted her boyfriend to kill himself or whatever. Yeah. Remember that? Remember that, Dre? Where she was like, get back in the truck with the carbon monoxide thing. That was right after she had gotten convicted. And I was low key a little worried that was the new precedent and they were going to use that and throw the book at me for that. And I'm like,
oh my God,
I really don't want manslaughter. Like, I just wanted to win the roast battle. I didn't want, but
you won.
You won. There was little doubt who won. But I mean,
that T-shirt was amazing.
He had his shout out to Retro Tees at West Rose Mall. $25 is what that victory cost me. I mean, dude had his jokes written down on a notepad and couldn't even read them. It threw him so far off. Like, it was, and we're cool now. I truly have no issues. He's a nice enough guy, and like I said, he's giving me more context to what happened, and we're not going into details of what happened and who it was, but it was I mean, yeah, so
he unfriended my ass.
I'm sure.
How long of a podcast is this?
An hour.
Can we do an AMA?
Yeah.
I mean, we've only got one person on the stream. The Scientific Libertarian 2.0. Are you still there?
I don't know. It takes a minute for these comments. What do we want him to ask? What do you want to
AMA? Ask me anything.
Tell me. Okay. Whenever someone says I want to do an AMA, they want to be asked like 2 specific questions.
No.
So tell me what those questions are.
I don't
I'll just
have
ask
any
you.
specific questions. I think they're fun. I'm an open book.
How do we have 12,000 followers and like 5 people watch this whole time? I bet it's more than 5, but like because they come and go. The thing's not always accurate.
Carl says he has nothing better to do.
Well, I have nothing better
thanks for tuning in anyway. I mean,
he doesn't have.
Nice.
He does not have.
I'm glad that this is better
Zach,
than nothing.
how many dicks would you suck to get? Oh, Zach, how many dicks would you suck to go on tour with Dave Chappelle? Minimum.
How many?
Or maximum dicks?
Maximum? As many as it took. Whatever it took to get the job done. I don't quit, damn it.
He said, I like this show. Well, we like you. I appreciate. I don't know who the guy is. I know he's got that page. I appreciate him watching us, though.
It's Carl Kernbeck from Iowa.
Oh, well, he's just been outed.
Well, you just
no, he's a total longtime friend of the show.
Does he beat his kids or anything? Or
what?
Nope.
Does he beat his kids? So
well, I don't know, but I mean, usually he's got the name there. So, you know.
He is like what I would consider a gentle giant. I had to take him I had to take him to get alcohol once, and he could barely fit in John's Beamer at the time.
Well,
poor guy.
Ask anything.
He said, I think we met. I'm sure we have, man. I used to do a lot of drugs, so I probably don't remember.
Used to.
He's taken a couple months off.
I've been off drugs since before Thanksgiving. I mean, alcohol. I don't count alcohol and caffeine. See,
like most Americans, the 2 most used drugs.
Well, see, no, most Americans are like, I'm sober except for alcohol, caffeine, and Coke and acid. And
hey, nothing wrong with a little shrooms.
Tim Dillon used to have a bit about that. He's like, people from California say they're sober. They're like, yeah, I'm sober. I drink sometimes, and I'll smoke a little weed, and I do ayahuasca. I'm actually a shaman.
Well, there's that term, California sober.
Yeah, I used to have a bit about, or I still do have a bit about that.
Yeah,
but you can see it. You got to come out and see it. May 13th, if you're in the Kansas City area, you can come through. I'll be headlining in Emporia, Kansas, at a gym.
If you're in the New York City area, I run a show up on 145th and St. Nicholas.
Fuck yeah!
Come
check it out, Sugar Hill Cafe.
You got to tell me when
every Friday, 8 p.m.
Every Friday.
Every Friday.
All right. Well, I'm gonna plan it, and I'm gonna come do your show. Do I have to be PC?
No.
Okay.
How long have you been up there now, Zach?
4 months ish.
4 months?
4 months. You
like literally when I come to NYC, unless she comes with me, I'm just gonna be sleeping on your floor.
Yeah, dude, I've got an air mattress. Come fucking do it. Yeah, comedy.
Isn't he sleeping on a floor too?
No, okay. I was on an air mattress on the floor in Harlem. And my clothes, it's a hardwood floor though, so it was nice. Exposed brick, fancy. And
so cozy.
It was so nice. And I didn't have a dresser or anything, so my clothes were just on the floor against the wall.
He's hustling, he's grinding.
Yeah, I was grinding. I don't spend any time there anyway. Why do I need shit? But then one night I was fortunate enough to attempt to bring a lady back to my place. And I brought her back to my room, and she saw the air mattress on the floor, and that was it in the whole room other than clothes along
she's
the
like,
wall.
what am I doing with this
and
crackhead?
She went, no, and she left.
She said no.
She's like, nah. And she left. So the next day, I bought a bed frame, I bought a dresser, I bought a real mattress.
And you're like, hey, come back over.
No,
I'm not a serial killer. I swear.
I have a TV now. Like, it looks like someone actually lives there. So.
Oh, see, I thought you were
like
crashing with someone.
No, I was at first, but I'm in my own space now.
So, oh wow, good for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been able to bring anyone back since I bought all that shit. But next time I get a chance, I'm ready.
You're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, my fingers are crossed for you.
Where did you meet this girl?
Luck, buddy.
The bar.
Oh, I don't know if it was from comedy or
no. I mean, the comedy was at the bar.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, because my thing is like comedy groupies are a thing, but fuck, are they nasty?
Chuckle fuckers.
They're is that what you call them?
Chuckle fuckers.
They are.
I love
nasty.
it.
Yeah.
Disgusting, fucking worse than lot lizards that hang out in trucks.
Yeah, but comics were disgusting people too.
Dude, comics literally don't have a lot of.
We're the grimiest, most disgusting
comics with dude. Like
that's why I love everyone.
The fucking women I've seen comics take home are repulsive. Yeah. I'm like, oh, like I don't even think I could get it up. Like I'm not gonna I can't imagine being at that point of desperation. It's also why I'm so glad that I'm not single in this climate, man.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty nice being single in New York City. I'll tell you what.
Well, New York might, but we're like, fuck.
You got options. You got options.
Yeah, but not if they're all chuckle. Oh, yeah, apparently not when you have an air mattress.
Well, hey, I had the option. I just couldn't seal the deal.
Yeah.
So, you know.
You no longer had that option open to you once you saw that. You're just like, nope, I'm out.
Now I got to bring her back and be like,
look what I got.
Look at this.
Look, this will be so much easier to skin you alive on.
Oh, man. Wow.
Now that I have a bed.
I don't even have space to do that in my Harlem apartment.
I believe it. Well, I mean,
murder would be way too hard to get away. It'd be way too hard to dispose a body in New York City.
So why is the murder rate so high?
Because people don't try to dispose the body; they just shoot them and leave.
Just leave, yeah.
Well, they just leave them where they lie.
Yeah. The city is filled with trash. You're basically disposing of it right there. So I mean,
yeah, dude, it's
the rats will get them.
A city where you can see how money affects how much the city will take care of your area.
Yeah,
you go to the rich areas; it is the concrete.
That's everywhere though.
Clean and like perfect, and there's no trash anywhere. But you go to the like Harlem, there's trash everywhere. The sidewalks are all cracked and shit. And
every city's like that though.
Yeah. But
I mean, even
broken glass theory. You know what I mean? You got to take care of your shitty areas.
Yeah,
and that's how they get shitties. You don't take care of them.
What is it? The broken window.
Broken window theory. Yeah,
broken window.
What is that? You take care of the shitty areas.
Well, it's like if a window gets broken and you leave it, then slowly but surely everything around it will also start to go to shit.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's how California is such a shithole now.
That place is going to collapse.
I fucking hope it just falls into the ocean, man. I really do. Fuck California. California should be divided into like 3 states, but it'll never happen.
You just have to get the fire above 1100 degrees.
Is that that's who's probably gonna get hit first when Vlad pushes the button.
I don't have a fireplace.
Do you need one?
And bum shit doesn't burn that hot.
That's who's gonna go first when Vlad hits the button. So it's not gonna matter, which is looking more and more likely every day. So
jeez, don't say that.
I think honestly, we've got good enough defense systems that they won't even reach us.
Not in.
Oh, yeah.
So here's the thing. New York City, you're fucked.
No, because he'd have to go all the way across Europe or all the way across the other side of the United States.
If he drives a sub over here, he doesn't.
Well, that's true.
But we can detect that shit too.
We hope. We hope we can. We don't know what all they got. Here's the thing. New York City, you're fucked, but you're lucky because I'll survive here. Their shit can't get this far. They'll shoot it down. New York City, yeah, I mean, you'll die in the flame or in the flash, but like I have to live through nuclear winter, which is probably just gonna end with me sucking on a gun. So like,
yeah, that's like Fallout in real life.
No, it's not fun. Yeah, dude, Fallout's like 500 years after the fucking war, though. Like I would be like,
I don't want to leave the Congo.
Yeah, no, no, I would starve to death and die of cancer slowly. So no, I would take the Flash over that. But I mean, nuclear winter doesn't sound fun. I hope we can.
I Am Legend that shit. I would be so down for that.
I hope we can avoid that.
Me too.
Got my new AUG. I want to use it.
I really hope that Joe Biden just like we can just survive 2 years before he's gone without getting blown up or like fucking run into
Would be
bankruptcy.
tremendous. Absolutely great.
Or
it's not going to
to
be
make
Trump.
it
Trump's
through.
not going to.
Or Cammy doesn't laugh us into something silly either. Like, I mean, anytime she's asked a question, she doesn't know how to answer. She just starts cackling.
She looks
And
like
then
she
Camel Toe Harris.
Yeah, and then she just
She-
starts babbling nonsense that has nothing to do with anything.
Dude, seriously, she looks like she's got HPPD.
What's that?
Hallucinogenic something persistence disorder. It's where you
So
take
she's
too much. It's
always
where you
like-
take too much acid and you never come all the way back.
Too many hallucinogenics, so you're always like seeing stuff. And
Yeah, no, that's the thing because they say it's called digital snow. I know a girl that has it. Like you never,
Oh, man.
like people legit, they'll like people have killed themselves over it to certain degrees and shit. Like you take too much acid and you never come all the way back, or any hallucinogen.
Nice.
You never come all the way back, and you see like shadows with everything, and like it's.
it would have to take a lot. Like I asked a strength about this one time because I thought that I had heard this obviously when I was younger, and I.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a ton. Like so this girl did a tab of acid every day. For 3
Oh my
years.
God.
For 3
Jesus
years.
Christ. So she wasn't living in reality for 3
No.
years either.
No, I mean I can't even imagine.
How do you function?
I can't even imagine. I have
Tripping
no
like
idea.
that every day.
I
Oh my God.
totally, I don't think she will live a full lifespan. I don't. Like her brain's got to be so fried. She can't.
Yeah.
She's like married with a kid now, doing fine for now. So
What?
So she snaps and Casey Anthony's that kid.
that's exactly it. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, I can't imagine there have been a lot of experiments that weren't done by the CIA on what type of effect that would do to somebody's that would have on somebody's brain to just fry it. MK Ultra, but I mean to just it's got to be fried. But like she does, she doesn't see like she still does. I haven't talked to her in a couple of years, but this was like 8 years ago. This stuff was going on, and then I remember I talked to her like 4 years after the fact, and it was. She said, "Yeah, she's like I can't." It's like I see like if she sees like what's an example like a plane in the sky, she'll see like little waves following it.
That's
So
kind of
she
cool.
got permanent
Life's like a little
tracers.
cartoon, a little bit.
Permanent
She's got
tracers.
permanent tracers.
Yep. Yeah. And life kind of looks like a pastel painting.
Oh, Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
That might make things a little better.
I mean,
Well, it might also make life a little dangerous for you too.
yeah, it might make like driving difficult and
Yeah, I mean, just
Why, you
crossing
just take the
the street,
subway,
like
crossing the street. Yeah, getting on the subway.
Dude.
getting on the subway
If you're
might be
trying
a
to
little
reach for the
difficult.
tracer
Are you
subway.
kidding me?
Oh
Shit.
no!
Dude, these crackheads that are arguing with poles making on the subway should be fine. Oh, another one of my favorite. All right, I've got a couple of favorite New York stories.
All right, tell this one, then we got to wrap it
Okay,
up.
cool. So this crackhead, he was sitting next to the door, but there's a pole in between the bench and the door, and there's also a pole on this side too, in like the middle where people could stand. So he's arguing with this pole, like vigorously arguing. Man, I'll beat the fuck out of you. Like going
then
to
the pole
town in
just
this
kicked his
argument with
ass.
this pole. This pole is gonna get fucked up. The train stops, and this lady walks off to leave. He stops his argument with the pole, leans past this one, and goes and spits on her while she leaves. Like out of nowhere, he's in an intense argument with this pole, and all of a sudden, this lady, minding her own business, trying to get off the subway, he goes and just spits on her.
Oh my god!
And she left.
What was her? Did she notice or what
Yeah,
was her
she
reaction?
noticed, but she left. You don't want to fuck with those people. They're crazy. They've got nothing to
Crackheads,
lose.
they have nothing to lose. Yeah, nothing.
Dude, my first week there, a
That's
homeless guy got arrested for assault because he took a shit in his hand and mushed it in a lady's face on the training. Like he
Oh my
came up
God,
with the
what a
shit in
nightmare.
his
Watched it
hand
happen?
and pushed it in her face.
You saw
No,
it?
there's a newspaper article.
You know what we
newspaper
should do?
article about it.
We should put together. We'll meet halfway. I'll get an Omaha crackhead. You get a New York crackhead.
Oh, bro, Omaha
And-
crackheads.
no, they're not
can't
gonna
hold a
fight. They're
fucking
not gonna
candle to
fight.
New York crackheads,
We're
I
gonna
promise
make
you.
them race.
Oh,
They'll
shit.
do an obstacle course,
Dude,
and we'll bet on
crackhead
it.
obstacle course.
Crackhead fucking like
Fuck
gymnastics,
yes.
parkour.
Oh my
crackhead
God.
parkour.
Can that be a new Olympic event?
That's the episode. Is crackhead parkour?
Crackhead parkour.
Yes.
And they have to bring their own crack from their own respective cities.
well, no, that's
and
the
then
prize. The prize is crack,
Nah, I want to. Okay, they've got to do one run sober.
and we'll
one
bet.
run
We'll
cracked
place
out.
bets.
Oh, I got to take my people in my city now. You know,
You've been there
I'll
all
I take
probably
pride in
lose.
my
Your
city and our
now.
crackheads. It is New York's my home now. I won't leave.
I'll I'll
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, I love New York. I love everything about it. I won't go.
Oh my
Even
God.
the shit in the face.
Even the shit. It's all worth it. I love that city. It's my new home now for sure.
New York's a
Alrighty.
blockbuster DVD rental place for me. I could never live in. Dude, I can't live in the big cities. I'm
dude.
not
Ever
a city
since I've
person.
come back here, I'm like, there's nothing to fucking do. Come on.
Well, you can go get drunk.
Yeah. I like, on a Tuesday night, I can stroll down to the comedy club at midnight and watch fucking Joey Diaz do a set. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I get it. Yeah,
it's just you can't beat it.
I'm for sure. I get that. I get it. All right. Well, do you have anything you want to plug?
Yeah, plug away.
Yeah, catch me making my Comedy Central debut next month.
Let us know when it is. We'll plug
Where's your show? Where's your show at in New York?
My show is on 145th and St. Nicholas, Sugar Hill Cafe. If you're in the area, come swing by every Friday night, 8 p.m.
Sugar Hill Cafe on every Friday night.
Yep.
Let me look it up right now.
That's awesome. I'm happy that you've got your own thing, like a weekly thing already there. That's awesome, Zach.
Yeah, thank you. It was definitely a grind when I first got out there, but now that I'm kind of settled,
I was worried about you for a little bit, but you seem to be holding your own now.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, it was rough for a while. Caleb knows. I'd text him about it. It sucked, but
I figured it out.
I pushed through it, and now everything's great.
We're proud of you.
Thanks, buddy.
Good for you. Me too.
Thank you. It's good to be back, though. It's good to see you guys.
Fuck yeah.
You too. Yeah. So when do you head back?
Saturday morning, 10 a.m. And I'll probably do it with the hangover.
I'm sure you will.
But Caleb will
you'll get to do it.
Participate in my drunkness Friday.
I got a business meeting. I'm sorry.
Business meeting.
I do. I got a business meeting I got to do. What is
you don't have orgasms at business meetings, Caleb.
Well, I mean that's afterwards, but don't worry about what we're doing afterwards.
Oh shit.
But no, that's what was fucking I guess April 30th this Saturday. You can see me at Detox Sober Lounge. You can get your tickets on Eventbrite or in person on May 13th, Emporia, Kansas. It's like the Kansas City, Wichita type area, kind of between the two. What was May 20th, the Friday, Harmful Content Comedy. We don't have a headliner yet. We'll have one soon. And
when is it?
May 20th, the Friday.
Fly me out, bro.
All right, but you can pay for it. That's fine.
That's not flying me out.
Yeah, you fly out on the plane. I'm just not paying for it.
No, that's not flying me out. But
we'll pull you up through Zoom. You can do it,
dude. That'd be hilarious. FaceTime.
Oh my god. I just have a screen of him up there.
I should do that. I should just FaceTime you in and let you do a set.
Oh, that'd be great. It's just like Zoom comedy.
We'll get a projector.
Nice.
Yeah, just turn the banner around when it's his time and project him onto the banner.
Get a mini projector, and I'll we can do it. We can make it work. What was that's a Friday. You wouldn't be able to anyway. I got it. I don't have a headliner for it yet, but I got a feeling our audience might like who I have in mind if I can land him.
Fuck, because that's who you texted me about the other day. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. So we'll talk to you guys later. This has been Mental Misdeeds. Zach Braviette, Caleb Salvatore,
thanks for having
Dre
me.
Liberator.
We'll see you next week, guys.
Out, y'all. See you later.
Bye-bye.